good are they? Is everybody?
They're not right.
Good enough.
I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Hey guys, Mark from 42freeway.com. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We're here in Deptford, New Jersey, actually just a few blocks away from my house on Branchwood Drive. This is the famous Deptford Dazzling Lights. I'm here with Dan and family. What's your son's name? Can we say that?
Oh yeah, Chase is inside.
Chase is inside. I hear he's becoming the next engineer apparent for this project.
He wants to be.
We're going to take an inside look at the Deptford Dazzling Lights setup, how Dan does this. We're going to show it at night, what it looks like at night. They have a great audio system here where you can sit in your car and listen to the music synchronized to the light display. And we're going to give you some tips because this is a popular attraction and people are backing up. And you know Dan's going to give us some tips at the end here to talk about how to best come and visit and see the display. Let's take an inside look. Are we going to ruin the magic here if we show this during the daytime?
No, not at
Well,
all.
the order of things here is that we're going to be showing this at night first. And but anyway, hey Dan, do you mind being on camera?
Hey there, not at all.
This is Dan. All right, what do you want to show us first, Dan?
I guess we'll take you to the main controllers. These are two of my little elves that help me out. This is Carson, this is Stella, my niece and nephew. And you'll see they help out with the props. This is my daughter, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
She's my head elf. So there's a couple different ways to do this. All different types of controllers. Personally, I'm what they call a Falcon guy. So I buy Falcon controllers. This is a F16 version 3 with 2 expansion boards connected by 13-pin ribbon cable. Basically, it's powered by a Meanwell power supply. And this is like going to service like most of my controllers on this side of the yard, all my props.
How many of these boxes do you have?
Okay, so I have two of the main Falcon controllers.
And I'm sorry, how many cables are coming off that? How many different lines?
So right now this has the capability of doing 48 ports. It's a loaded question to say how many pixels each one can do because it just depends on what you're trying to do. So it gives me a lot of capability to do like 48 different sections if I wanted to.
And then, the cables and everything, they're specific to the system. Right?
Yeah, so like what I have is, there's different types of cables. So what I use is a 3-pin, it's called a Ray Wu connection. Basically these are the extensions for it. They just slide right in, and these are my extension cables, and these are my inputs to all my Christmas lights. If you want to like look up close to one of these things, these are These are WS2811 indoor-outdoor LEDs. If you look, you can see they're like mini computers in every single light. Wow. So these are individually addressable. As I was telling Mark before we started, I know the exact amount of every pixel on every prop at any given time because that's really what's important. Here's another elf of mine. This is my son Chase.
Hey Chase.
So without the exact counts, you really can't program.
Sure.
So the program that I use is X-Lights. It's if you see, I hope you like dogs. She's friendly.
You have one. You have a big one.
That's Peyton Jingles. Santa Claus gave her to us 4 years ago.
Come on. I'm sorry.
The house is as lively as the light display.
Yes.
Very.
This is my very supportive wife Kim and my
Kim.
other nephew Dalton. So you can see 4 ports on each one. I think I'm only using 3 on this or 2 on this anyway, so that's why I have the 1 jumper there. But I have the capability to go out. I think I've pretty much exhausted my land space at this point. So, but yeah, all these props, they're handmade. We cut them out from 10mm Coro, which is the same stuff that people use for election signs. And when you put them in, when you place them in, you have to basically place that exact same prop into the software. So that's how I make the prop sing and dance. And
you have an actual representation of this?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, my house now it looks different on a layout. There's people that use 3D layouts and 2D layouts. It all matters on your preference. I'm a 2D guy because I like to see. I just think the effects look better in 2D, but people that use 3D, they seem to like that too. But
so you said you were running out of landscape territory here, but I have to admit, probably building this thing is a huge part of the fun.
Yeah.
Do you
it
see
is.
yourself like cycling these things, like coming out with new ideas and
Yeah.
moving things out, and maybe a different show as the years go by?
Yeah, so I mean, this one is like, this is our first year doing the video game thing, and this is something that I was thinking about last year. If people come to my show, I had a Pixel sleigh ride song in there, and I was like, I would love to just do like a video game thing. So and then with each prop, I was like, how can I incorporate video? So I got a Minecraft sword on the Nutcrackers, and then all of a sudden I'm doing Mario Christmas wreaths and stuff. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the idea one day is when I've outgrown this space and I just feel like it's too big for this neighborhood, which it's probably getting close to that. I'd like to be able to take it somewhere else and really do it big. Because I think that this is like on a 1 mile, 1.5 mile stretch would be absolutely incredible. And if I can do this much on a half acre, you see what I can do with some other stuff. So the plans are in work.
I love how you just said, something about like I can't wait. Like you want to make it big.
Oh yeah.
Like your interpretation of all this, and we're gonna walk around and show you the other side. But your interpretation of all this is it's not big.
No, it's not. It's not. It's only like big enough when I can't finish it. So I'm kind of like getting to that point. Like I'm still making stuff and I'm still programming things. And as I was telling you, every day is a different problem. So this is a small mega tree. This was actually my Christmas tree my first year that I did this. So it's kind of like dear to my heart. Like the first year I did this in 2017 with the viral Eagles video.
Oh yeah.
This was it. I mean, you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, okay, well that's so simple, but it's amazing, what kinds of things catch. And I just rewired this and, put the Mario star on it just to catch with the theme for this year.
So when you're doing this, and I don't know if it was this tree or maybe the bigger one, you actually had like images scrolling across it. So is that something the software, I don't want to minimize it, but the software kind of helps you with that?
So you can import anything you want, MP4s, YouTube files, GIFs.
Is it like PowerPoint on Microsoft PowerPoint?
Yeah, not so much, but the software that I use is open source technology. It's free. It's a bunch of smart people, that are master coders that are making these things. This one probably couldn't project images because if you think of it like a TV screen, it's got to be dense. So this isn't very pixel dense, but I could still do cool things. When you talk about density, that's when I get to my matrices.
Oh, right.
Up on the windows. So, and even that's only at half density. So like if you look very closely at it, all those holes could technically be filled with pixels, and I could run that thing like a large TV screen. So it's the same idea as a TV screen. When you watch TV, it's not one image, it's a million different little images put together to make one larger image. Yep.
Does everybody in the family help you out with the ideas?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's definitely some illegal child labor going on at 105 Branchwood, and a wife who, probably contemplates like getting rid of me at some point. So, I just working where you can, now that you're a little bit more educated, you can see I'm running all my cat wire.
Oh, here's another box, right.
Yep. Just feeding information to the left, to the right. These are all my glow trees. I got 24 glow trees, 24 triple arches. The triple arches are cool because you can do a bunch of different effects with them. I got 2 vertical matrices. I think I have 45 snowflakes to cover the house. They're really cool because it just fills up the area. I got all of these guys sing. So my gingerbread and Nintendo Switch theme guys and my virtual gingerbread man and my 4 Nutcrackers, they're all singing props.
So are some of these things plug and play, like the snowflakes? They look very, like, did you make them all?
Oh, so, okay, yeah. I mean, there's vendors that make some of these things. Like, I would never sit there with a jigsaw and cut out
That's where I was going. Yeah.
Yeah, cut out like some of these things. So.
But you cut out all these characters here. So.
Yeah, I would say like 80% of the stuff that's on this property is
Done.
designed in my head, and then we come out. And, you know, like I wanted to stick with the pixel theme, so like nothing is really, you know, if you wanted to be like really funny, you could come up to me and say, you know, I like your show, but the one thing is that it's got low resolution, everything's pixelated. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So just working our way into the garage. This is like my name brain shelf right here. So I have two what they call F48 differential receivers. One on the other side. So these are awesome because this is, you know, this is really what expanded the capability of people doing shows like this. So these will, through data, Cat 6, Cat 5, whatever you're running. From there, I plug them into the receivers, and now I can go out 300 feet.
Wow.
So, and then you know the.
Oh, this is just regular like computer Ethernet cable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Some
is
of
there
it's
a different
outdoor.
adapter
Well, not
on
this
the
one
end?
specifically, but like right there, the greens and the blues that are running
Oh, I see.
there.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit crazy with my wire management because got to make sure it's all nice and neat.
And they have the power and everything going through the same line. So
Oh yeah.
the power and the. Well, that's a question. What did you have to do anything to your power to? I mean, they are
I
LED.
did. Yeah. I mean, I upgraded my power anyway, but you know, I have a great electrician who's super passionate about his lights too. So, you know, up there, like where I have some more receivers, you know, I had to get outdoor boxes to power them. So he put a couple electrical outlets just to power them because you don't want to be running extension cords through all this stuff. So
If it was even possible for me to do this, I would just never move. Because I'm just looking at that, thinking about all these things you have to now. Do you leave them up year round, the boxes?
I do. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I just, you know, I'm not very fond of taking down.
Yeah, there's no point if it's completely weatherproof.
Yeah. Yep. And that roof has a real high pitch, so I don't really like to go up there much anyway. The thing that people are like most amazed by is the how do you get it on the radio? So it's just as simple as an FM transmitter. It plugs into my system here, picks up the audio through audio jack and sends it right out to a short run signal. So, you know, if you go a mile out, you're going to lose the signal, but if you're within this area, it's going to project it nicely. I got my own home network, which communicates, and inside of here, I got a Raspberry Pi, which basically runs my whole show. You have two options. You can run it through the scheduler and the program, or you can run it through basically like your own little relay computer. But that gives me the capability of running stuff from my phone. So I can sit here and change songs and turn it on right from my phone.
That's crazy.
Yep. So
What
it's
did you
just
say
my,
your day job was again?
athletic director, assistant principal. I'm in education. I'm just self-taught. You know, I just study until, you know, it's time to make the lights glow up.
Where does one put these giant figurines when it's not wintertime?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, these are all new. This is the whole new.
Yeah, so all this stuff is new. Like Donkey Kong is new. All these guys are new. I just kind of, you know, over on weekends and stuff, just start to build it. So this is my idea of having like a big controller. I wanted to go with the old school NES. So now that you're a little bit more educated, you can understand that these wires are running to that F48.
Yeah.
You know, coming off the differential receiver, and I have all these access points, so they're just talking to all these different boards and telling them exactly what to do. This is my big Nintendo system. I love it. I even got a custom logo made for it. The only thing that's a shame is, you know, you have to be careful. Like, you know, you can't do the exact same color codes. You kind of want the stuff white. You want it to glow. So like a lot of times, like my brain has to tell me, you know, to invert colors and do things differently. That's going to be aesthetically appealing to the show. I built my Minecraft Mario guy. That was a project. He's like 20 foot tall. And inside of him are different pixel floods.
Now that you have the outer character, you can change the design up for the next.
Oh yeah.
The next season, make it whatever you want.
Yep. Yep.
But see, now I'm going to put the challenge on you. We need some animation going. We need some Disney style.
Yes. Well, that's my brother-in-law. You know, bust my chops about Pac-Man not moving and the ghosts not moving. He wants them on some kind of a rotary cable. You know, maybe if I can quit my day job, we'll get that going one day.
Or you just make 15 of them and you simulate the motion.
Yeah, yeah. I could have my daughter in the background running with it. That would be the easiest.
Put them to work.
Yeah, so those guys are all handmade too. Trying to figure out how you want to get objects 30 feet, 35 feet into the air was quite the adventure. So, you know, we were running pulleys, double pulley systems.
That's awesome.
Those things are not light, but they're 4 feet tall, so they're big. Like if they were down on the ground, you know, they'd be up to here on us. But when you hang them up in air, they look smaller. And then we simulate the pellets with some spheres, which are like 140 nodes each.
That's a similar optical illusion if you see a traffic light down on the ground. Like
Yeah,
they're gigantic.
Yeah,
and they
huge.
look so small and rough and
Yep.
I hope
You
it's
can see this whole mess running into there. That's a
Oh, yeah.
F48 version 2. So that was actually my first box from my first year in 2017. But you know, the technology's been upgraded.
So I think you're probably the reason why they're running those giant, massive power lines like down Sickerville Road,
Yes.
past Villares. You know, that's just to get the juice to here.
Special request from Deptford Dazzling Lights.
This is great.
Yeah, all these, I mean, something as simple as like this floodlight, it's an individually addressable pixel flood, 10 watt. They change color, so you can address that to any color that you want. So if I want to illuminate it, you know, white or purple or whatever, that's basically like, you know, with the program, that's what I'm telling it to do. And I got 3 more singing guys out here just trying to stretch the landscape so that no matter where you pull up, you'd have a show. You know,
Right.
a lot of times people tell me like they've come back like 5, 6, 7 times in a season because it's different every time. You know, you get the view over here and then all of a sudden you're viewing over there and it's a different song and it's different colors, and that's what I like to do. I like to change it up. And so, you know, every one of these controllers has an individually addressable IP address that I've assigned to it. And like I said, I basically assign it, and then it allows me full control right from my phone, so I can go on any of my playlists, select what I want for that night. I can do it from my computer or my phone and light it up.
Huh. I think we timed this interview perfectly, just as it's getting dark enough.
Yeah, right. Starting to fill up. So these are the things that happen today, right? Like the middle matrix has decided not to work in that one panel for whatever reason. You
Right,
know,
and these
this
are-
star
oh, I
over
see it,
here.
yeah, up in the upper.
Yeah, this star above my daughter's window just has decided to go null on like one of the flanges, but it's like I feel like it's only stuff that I notice now.
No, I was just gonna say that it's literally you were picking that right up, and it's
Yeah.
yeah, and you can see we're getting a glimpse. It's harder to see because it's not dark yet, but we're getting a glimpse of the animation you can do on the tree.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, the scrolling text features and stuff, and just the scrolling images, and like that keeps the younger viewers engaged.
Oh, people are here already lining up.
Yeah, I think the little
Smart
ones
move.
get here early so they can go to bed early. So
Oh,
if I see like a couple cars outside, I'll usually start it up for them. But yeah, these are my countdowns, and everything's pretty precise. I mean, you know, there's a lot of things to doing this thing the right way. I mean, you got to understand the programming of it. You got to understand the controller aspect, and then there's a little bit of an artistry involved in it too when you get to the programming, because you know, you kind of want to be creative. And I tell people like 1 minute of every song that you see usually takes anywhere between 20 and 40 hours.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Right, because you're listening to the music.
Yep.
And looking at probably like the waves.
Yeah.
On and trying to time things to it. It's very, very difficult.
10 minutes before you got here, I was breaking down lyrics for Dominic the Donkey, and it's like, you know, it takes forever.
And you started with that one tree. With the.
That's it. I started with one tree and an outline, and
What was your what made you go down this path where you just
honestly, the Great Christmas Light Fight. Like,
Oh, really?
we always did Christmas lights. like I think even our first year we even did it in this house, but I went from incandescents, like just lining everything on the roofs and doing the yard stuff, to people being like, wow, you really love Christmas, right? I'm like, yeah, I really do. And then I started getting into what they call LOR, which is like a lot of people you can see in this area. It's the incandescents, but they blink. They only blink. They're not individually addressable.
Right.
And then this was just the next scale up. So I saw a couple of houses on there, and I just really like the clean look of it. You know, like you can literally point the bulbs to exactly right where you want them, and I just fell in love with it. So. Much like computers, the technology changes. So there's different bulbs that are out now. I'm looking at like neon tubes and things that are just incredible.
I feel impressed because I can tell Alexa to dim my lights in the family room.
We got a little bit of a smart house here. I could say goodnight and everything blacks up and turns off.
I want to go over here and get a look at the matrix.
Sure.
I'm going to hang out until it gets fully dark.
Yeah,
too,
yeah, awesome.
I actually could just come back. I'm so close.
I'm glad you came, Mark.
Yeah,
We've been
thank you for
talking about
having me
doing this
over.
for a while. Yeah, and there's always somebody out there that's smarter than the next person, you know, that can just help you out with an idea. Like for a while I had this problem with this candy cane, and I just couldn't figure out. But I knew that it was running. It's the last candy cane on this strain that's running to that controller over there. So something as simple as putting this thing on. It's called an F amp, and it's basically a null node. It doesn't program for anything. It's just there to capture the data. So it's like a mini controller,
Right.
just sitting there in my yard. So it's the data literally came into that. It's feeding it out that way, and it fixed the problem.
Just gives it that extra boost.
Just gives it the extra boost to not lose the signal.
So are there people like that are into this coming from all over
Oh yeah,
many states to like check this out? And
yeah. It's honestly like
there's like it's like a car, like guys who buy that unique car.
Yeah.
You know, they get the car club.
it's a club,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm online. I'm in the X-Light support group. There's a bunch of different ones, but it's honestly like a cult.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I'm watching the Great Christmas Light fight the other night, and like I know these people. Like I'm friends with them on Facebook. Like we know
That's
each
awesome.
other. Like we talk, and you know, they're not celebrities. They're just guys like me that really thought that this was neat, and they want to keep doing it, and it's a community thing. I'll probably just give a little plug here. You know, we don't make a dollar off of this show. We really do it for the kids. We had a 42 passenger bus here the other night with adults with special needs from a church in
Wow.
Salem County. That's what I love doing. The COVID thing kind of stinks, you know, because part of what we love doing is going out and meeting people and giving them candy canes and hearing their story. We've had people here. The stories are phenomenal. We had a 92-year-old woman here who had full Alzheimer's who doesn't remember anything but this show. And her daughter would bring her back here every year. So those are good. And, you know, we take any of the donations that people give us and we give back to a charity at the end of the year. Usually it supports a military family of some kind. So we usually try to save up and post that to the website. So if you do give, thank you very much. You know, you're helping out some others, and it gives me an extra boost in the off season to say I want to keep doing this.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy awesome. So what are the tips for people coming to visit?
So yeah, I mean, if you're coming to visit, I always tell people that the early goers are next. So get here at 5 o'clock, or get here late at night,
So it's 4:44 right now.
and I'll have some people pulling up. Yep.
And people are starting to pull, and you're just getting a sense now of the richness of the colors. So probably another 15 minutes at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Hopefully this is picking up.
So you know, if you can, just that side of the street is the best viewable area. I get some people coming up here. Please, please, please don't block my neighbors' driveways. We tell you in the beginning, we want to make sure that everybody here stays jolly throughout this holiday season, and we want to keep everybody supportive, and you know, we like that everybody still enjoys this.
Yeah.
Tune your radio to 89.1. I can't tell you how many times somebody comes to watch the show and they're like, it's beautiful, we loved it, and I'm like, did you like the music? And
They didn't know.
they had no idea. They're like, it goes to music, and I'm like, yes. So it
You
scrolls
had
up there.
signs out here before, didn't you?
I did. but you know, I got digital with it. I wanted to scroll it and
Oh,
have it in the
right.
messages.
You can put
So
it on the.
yeah, so when a song starts, it'll scroll it or whatever.
Excellent.
Merry Christmas and welcome to Deptford Dazzling Lights, presented by the Uzaki family. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. We give plenty of updates. If you really like our show, please consider going to Venmo, finding Deptford Dazzling Lights business profile at Deptford, and make a donation so we can support our charities and give back to the community. A few quick reminders to help you stay off Santa's naughty list. 1. Please do not block neighbors' driveways. We want them to stay jolly throughout our light season. 2. Please remain inside your sleigh. Your vehicle. We don't want you scaring away the elves by getting out of your car. 3. Please keep the volume of your radio at a reasonable level, as there are children in the area with visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads. We thank you for making us a part of your holiday traditions. Remember to sing, have fun, and spread the holiday cheer. And now let's light it up!